Okay, this is Jack de Campos, candidate number 4236. Okay, Jack, what I need you to do now is pick out strengths and weaknesses of the swimmers that are on the clip. State why it's a strength or a weakness and create an action plan to improve the swimmer. Okay, off you go.
I'm choosing that guy there. At the start he's got good reaction time, so he sets off the blocks a little bit faster than everyone else. And he does a shallow dive, so that gets him ahead of everyone else. And then he does a powerful butterfly leg kick under the water, so he's at least 2 meters ahead of everyone else at the start. He keeps streamlined from the dive and comes up after about 10 meters and then starts his swim. His leg kick's pretty fast and it's right at the top of the water. His legs aren't coming out of the water, so it's a pretty good leg kick. His head position is fairly good, but it could be a bit further down in the water, so he's looking right down at the floor. He's pulling his arms right back to his hip, but when he's bringing his arms over the water, they're not coming quite high enough, so he needs to bring them higher. And when he's bringing his arms over, he's not gliding quite far enough with his arms. So his major weakness is his arm pull, and he needs to get it better so it can come right over the top of the water. So for a 6-week action plan to improve that, do a 6-week action plan to improve that, and then I'd start off by giving him a float to put in his left arm. In week 1, I'd give him a float with his left arm, and then make him use his right arm to try and focus on getting it right over the top of the water and stretching as far as he can. And then we'd do that for 5 lengths, and then once he'd done it with the float in his left arm, he'd swap and put it in his right arm, so then he's getting used to using both arms. And then for week 2, I'd try and progress that so that he was doing it like constantly, so I'd make sure that I'd make him do it for 10 lengths rather than 5, to see if like stamina was an issue. So 10 lengths in each arm, and then for week 3, I'd get him doing it without a float, to try and see if he could do it without the float, with both arms going at the same time. Just do that for 5 lengths. And then if he'd got that right, in week 4, I'd get him to do it for 10 lengths again, to see if it's his fitness that's an issue. For each week, I'd make him train 3 times a week for about a half-hour session. So, and then week 5, I'd make sure that he could have his arms in time with his legs, so that I know that his legs are still kicking as fast as they were in the clip there, and his legs are going, and his arms are coming right over the top and stretching properly. And for week 6, sprints, 50-metre sprints, like he's doing there. I'd make him do 10 of those, but with about a minute's rest in between, to see that he can do it, like use his arms coming right over the top, and stretching, in a race situation like that. The coaching points, I'd tell him that when his arm's coming over the water, he needs to make sure he stretches as far as he can, and I'd tell him to hold it for between 1 and 2 seconds before pulling the water back. Then he needs to make sure he's pulling the water right back to his hip, so that allows him to bring his arm right up and out of the water. And then when his arm's coming over, he needs to focus on making sure he bends his elbow as it comes over his, when he gets to about the helmet's head. And then making sure that his hand enters the water quite softly and keeping his fingers together, so that he doesn't make too much of a splash.
Good.
Right. For the provisions of swimming in the local area, no, I still want to talk about that.
No, that's fine. That's good.
For mass participation, it's quite well. Got quite a lot of good facilities. They've got, I think it's 6 or 7 swimming pools for the local public to use, such as Grand Central and Romilly and Cheadle. So the public can go there whenever they want, pretty much. And in most of those there's a gym, so there's access to gyms. And then for young kids, there's you can get involved with swimming lessons via Stockport Sports Clubs, and they can start at the age of 3, and you do badges from 1 to 4, and once you've got the badge 4, you can move on to like a local club if you choose to, and swim with a local club. And in the local clubs, there's like examples like Reddish, there's Stockport, there's Saracens in Romilly. They have local galas, about 7 or 8 a year against each other. And then to progress from that stage, you can, if your coaches ask you to like have trials at Stockport Metro and you choose to do that, you can go for trials, and if they like choose to take you on because they think you're a good swimmer, then you can join Stockport Metro. And then via Stockport Metro you can do national championships, that's for more elite swimmers. So they have quite a lot of competitions, and then there's also other championships where the Northwest compete with like the South, and then with Wales and stuff like that. And then there's this is all through the ASA, the Amateur Swimming Association, and you can get sponsorship and funding by going on the website, and if you click on sponsorship, you can send an email to the head person at the ASA, and they can forward that to the General Secretary, so the government can sponsor you. From the national championships, the better swimmers that are noticed in that can then start to try and get involved with Swimming for England, and there's 5 major swimming pools in England that they use for that, and that's Bath, Stirling, Swansea, Grand Central, Stockport, and just one at Loughborough. And they're the 5 main training facilities for Great British swimmers, because they're all 50-metre pools and they were identified after the 2008 Beijing Olympics. There's also Frosty sponsor a scheme where you can get bronze, silver and gold awards, and you progress from bronze, silver to gold. So you can get involved with those via your if you choose to join a local club. The health benefits of swimming is that it's one of the most known sports to give you a better, improve your aerobic respiration, and it works about 90% of the muscles in your body, so it's quite a good way to get fit. Quite a lot of other sports use swimming for training, such as football, basketball, to improve your fitness. And like if there's any injuries in other sports, the way they get back into training is by doing swimming first of all, so before running things, in case he was getting injured again. For more competitive swimmers that swim quite often, like about 5 times a week, it can build a lot of muscular endurance and again fitness. To improve speed as well for short distance swimming, and cardiovascular fitness, particularly for long distance swimmers.
Is that in terms of any sort of diseases that might prevent that?
Stop like coronary heart disease, and it would reduce things like diabetes by increasing fitness, and also reduce obesity, which could cause heart disease.
Done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well done. Just